Today's adventure occurs in Los Angeles, California, in Ferndell, right up here. Ferndell Park, which is just sort of on the northern-east edge of Hollywood. So the park entrance is at Ferndell Drive and Black Oak Drive, which is just above Los Feliz Drive. In a really nice area, lots of beautiful houses. We're gonna go on this short hike through an old part of LA called Ferndell. It's got a little stream that goes through it. Lots of ferns, obviously, Ferndell, and just really interesting. Something that most people do not know about. Most tourists never come and see. But if you're an LA native like me, then you kind of grew up going to parks around Griffith Park and Ferndell. And this is part of the Griffith Park system. So here we go. So here's the entrance to the park here. And as you can see, dogs must be on a leash, no smoking anywhere in the park. When you come in here, this has a very old feel. As you can see, we've got the creek down here, and already you start to see the ferns, flowers. Growing up here in LA, this reminds me of the old Los Angeles Zoo that predates the current zoo, and had a lot of these similar kinds of features with regards to things like these concrete barriers or fences that look a lot like they're made from wood, but in fact are concrete. The old zoo was also a series of cages made of concrete, made to look like they were part of the natural landscape. Of course, the old zoo is closed now, and you can't see that. It's all fenced off, the ruins of what's left of it there anyway. But if you ever did have a chance to go to the old zoo, this is what it would look like. Something like this. Very lush, small. This is a small trail. And you'd just be walking along like this, and you would be able to see sort of a recreation of what nature might be like. Okay? So anyway, this is our short little trip up the Ferndale Trail and Creek. So now we're well into Ferndale, and you can hear the rushing water down here behind me. And you can see, as we get further into this little park, that it's just a narrow trail with a stream that runs along the side of it. Very lush, very beautiful, lots of ferns, and just a really good time out here. It's nice and cool. Today it's probably about in the mid-80s in Los Angeles, but here inside Ferndale, it's a good 10 degrees cooler, mostly because of the stream, the kind of ferns that are giving us coverage from the sun, and there's a nice little breeze that comes through here as well. So it's a nice little stroll on a hot day, a nice place to get away from all the heat of the city. At the fork in the road here, this is just about a quarter of a mile up from Ferndale. You have a trail that will take you either to the Hollywood sign, which is the West Trail to Griffith Park and the Hollywood Summit and the Hollywood sign, or you can take the Loop Trail, which is a half-mile loop, but there's no access to the Griffith Park Observatory. So you have a choice. 0.9 miles, 1.9, 1.3, 3.4, 3.8. We're going to head up to the Griffith Park Observatory, which is just under a mile. So we've made it up to just below the observatory, which you can see right there. Today we made it from Ferndale all the way down to the bottom near Los Feliz Drive, all the way to the top of the observatory. And you can see the Hollywood signs over there. So we've probably gone about 8/10 of a mile. We've got another 1/10 to go up the trail and then up the road into the parking lot to the observatory. If you've never been to the Griffith Observatory, it's definitely worth the trip. It's really fun. They have a giant pendulum there that sort of tells the date, the time, the year, all that kind of stuff, as well as lots of exhibits and a really good cafe too that was built underground. So definitely worthwhile trip. It's been a great hike. Everybody should do this and get up to the observatory. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notifications button. Thank you very much.